I've now been making these videos cataloging game systems for 4 years. And the best thing about this is when I find something totally new to me. Something that I've never encountered before. Now that actually isn't Appare Gateball. I've played it a bit on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini that was released a few years ago. But for this video, I had to learn what Gateball was. And that was something different. For one thing, Gateball is not croquet. It's played with almost all of the same equipment, and it is all about hitting balls with mallets so they go through hoops, and eventually you have to hit a post. And that is pretty much where the similarities end. Gateball is a Japanese sport invented after World War II as an activity for kids. And while kids had a good time, the people who really picked up Gateball were the elderly. So Gateball has a reputation in Japan as that thing that old people play sometimes. Since my audience is almost entirely Western, Gateball is going to require a lot of explanation as a sport. So I'm just going to go through things with Appare Gateball. The game includes an instruction mode to teach you how to play Gateball, but you don't need to sit there and watch that, you've got me. Appare Gateball offers 3 different modes: an action mode where you've got a bit more control, a simulation mode where it's all player stats, and a lecture mode where you can set up the court however you like and play out different scenarios. Once you choose your mode, you pick if you're going to play on clay or a lawn, and then you choose between the red team and the white team. There's always a red team, there's always a white team, and the red team always plays first. And then you get to pick out your team. Appare Gateball has 12 different characters you can choose, almost all of which are senior citizens, and most of those that aren't are children. They were really leaning into Gateball's reputation here. While the game will show you an estimate of their shot ability, everybody has hidden stats, so the variation between characters is a lot greater than it seems. Every player also gets a number. A Gateball team has 5 members, and all of the members on the red team are odd, all of the members of the white team are even. And then it's time to take to the field. Gateball is played as a timed match, and official matches are 30 minutes long, though in Appare Gateball you can set that timer to be shorter. Play order follows the numbers, and everyone has 1 ball with their number on it. The basic concept here is, on your turn you strike your ball with the mallet, attempting to knock it through a gate. The gates are numbered, and you have to pass through them in the correct direction. Pass through the gate and you get a point. After you pass through the 3rd gate, your goal is to hit the post in the center of the field, at which point you're done and you sit out the rest of the match. Your team gets 1 point per gate you pass through, and 2 points if you struck the post. The gates here are actually considerably larger than croquet wickets, and that makes the field itself pretty large for how little there is on it. Everyone starts at the edge of the field, in a designated region for aiming at the first gate. If your shot doesn't pass through the first gate, then it comes off the field and it's the next player's turn. If you succeed in passing through a gate, then you get to take another shot. The gate at the top of the field, from the perspective in Appare Gateball, is Gate 2, and you have to pass through that one from right to left. That would make Gate 3 the bottom, and you have to pass through that one left to right. The thing about Gateball is that it's not really about shooting through the gates. I mean, you can try that, but you're gonna lose. Just like I am here, because that's how I thought the game worked. No, the actual game is about going for your opponent's balls. Striking another ball with your shot results in a spark. And this is the most important technique in Gateball. You get to pick up any ball that you hit, set it down next to your ball, and then knock it wherever you like. If it's an opponent ball, knock it away from the gate or right off the field. If it's a friendly ball, then knock it through a gate. And if you've gotten a spark, once you've run out of other balls to hit, you get to take another shot with your own ball. So it is technically possible to just keep chaining shots together for a long time. The only real limitation here is that if you strike a ball that you've already hit, then you've committed a foul and are put out of bounds. But it is technically possible to chain 22 shots together. If you're knocked off the field, then you have to hit the ball back in from where it left, but you cannot do a spark from off field. If you strike another ball when you're knocking it back in, you're pulled back off the field. When time's up, play continues until a white player has completed all of their shots. They don't just blow a whistle and end right then. The other way the game ends is if a team manages to have all of their balls go out by striking the post in the middle. This is an uncommon occurrence in real Gateball just because of how aggressive the play is. Seesaw battles form around gates 2 and 3, and both teams can struggle to gain any traction. Then the score is tallied, and you find out who won. That's Gateball the sport. As for Appare Gateball, the video game, you have this little first-person view, kind of, because it's really the view from your ball, and that will help you line up shots on the gates or at other balls. If you hit button 2, you'll cycle between taking big steps, taking little steps, or halting the aiming cursor. This is a game where you should put the cursor exactly where you want your ball to go, rather than just point it in a direction, since if you're playing on action mode, it will mark the spot on the power bar for you, and of course in simulation mode, the player actually aims at that spot. In action mode, the power bar just goes back and forth continuously, and you hit button 1 to strike your ball. And that's really all you need to know in order to play. The controls are simple, it's the strategy that gets really complicated. Appare Gateball was developed by Westone, the creators of the Wonder Boy series. They actually made a few unique PC Engine games that we're going to see. As for Gateball video games, there are a grand total of 3 of them. Appare Gateball's actually the middle child here. There was an arcade game, Hello Gateball, that was released by Data East in 1983. This was for their Deco cassette arcade system, a way to distribute arcade games on magnetic media. At the time of this recording, it is undumped and unemulated, and it seems like only one known copy still exists. Fortunately, it's in the hands of the Japanese Game Preservation Society, so it's unlikely to be completely lost. The other game is Simple 1500 Series Volume 23, The Gateball. I could easily turn the Simple 1500 into its own year-long series of videos, but to make it quick, it was a line of budget games in Japan for the original PlayStation. A lot of these games just had titles that were the and whatever the game was about. The Gateball is a fairly bare-bones title. You get your pick of 4 characters, and once you've made your selection, you have to beat the other 3 characters' teams. I found the physics here to be kind of rough, particularly with how much drag the ball has on it. It makes it feel like the power bar isn't linear, like the last 20% of it is much stronger than the first 80%. Between the two, I like Appare Gateball better. It's got a lot more personality. Appare Gateball was the last cue card release for 1988, and while it doesn't seem to have been a big success, it's gained a bit of a cult following in Japan. My feeling about Appare Gateball is that it is a pretty interesting game. There's a lot going on with how you have to play the position of the balls. And even on the easiest difficulty, the computer will not let you catch a break. With so few Gateball games out there, I think it's worth giving Appare Gateball a try just because it is so distinctive.